Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Social and Distancing Show. How you doing, Emily?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. So let me first off say sorry for before everyone starts asking, they're gonna wonder where my co-hosts are, right? So Joe and Sandy couldn't make it tonight. They are feeling behind on work and under a little bit pooped out, so they are doing whatever they need to do to take care of themselves. Um, But I know that we can still get going. And Emily, so everyone, let me introduce you to Emily. This is a friend of mine who her daughter is doing something spectacular and she wanted to come on here and see if she could get any support. So, but what before we do that, Emily, we're gonna wait because we'll give it a couple minutes for people to kind of start hopping on and seeing and whatever. But before that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Don't tell us why you're here, but just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So I play volleyball. I started last year,
Okay.
and when I started, I was probably like the worst on the team.
The worst?
Like one of the worst, like top 3
You're
worst.
just being hard on yourself,
No,
right?
I wasn't.
Come on.
I could not even make it over underhand. I was like, yeah, it was really bad.
Okay.
But like I there was something about it that I just like really loved. So then I just like kept working harder on it, and this summer I tried out for a club volleyball, and I made the second team. And not too long ago I tried out for the school volleyball, and I got varsity.
Okay. This year. So you went from what you feel like was bottom of the bottom to this year you made varsity?
Yes.
Well, congratulations first off. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. So it's funny because I asked you to tell me a little bit about yourself and you went directly to the volleyball. So nothing wrong with that. But what that tells me is that you absolutely love playing volleyball. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. How did you just tell me, how did you go from zero to varsity? Like, I don't feel like that just happens for no reason.
I really tried, and I did a practicing with sand volleyball for a little bit, and it's sand volleyball is supposed to be much harder than when it's what's it called? Like when it's just in the place.
You
So
mean
that
like
helped
at
a
the
lot.
you mean like the location of the volleyball playing?
Yeah, because there's like sand volleyball and then there's like regular volleyball,
Like
which
the
is
hard,
indoor
like school,
volleyball.
they play on the hard floors and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay.
And the sand kind of like slows you down, so I think that helped a lot.
It helped by slowing you down.
It helped me practice my jump
Oh,
and
okay,
like my thing because it's harder to practice in sand.
okay, okay. I get it. So it's kind of like if you can practice in a harsh condition, then when you get in a non-harsh condition, you're like, oh my gosh, I can actually move. I can actually, aim. I can,
Yeah.
hit all my shots and everything else. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. Um, so you were able to practice between last year and this year. You got some practice on a sand
Yeah.
volleyball court, and that helped you out.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So then that's something for you guys out there if you're wondering. So it's very funny because we have one of our co-hosts here, Emily. His name is Joe. He plays sand volleyball and he like only puts in 2%. He lets everyone else do more, and he kind of is just like, missed it. But they have, I feel like over the years they have won their division or whatever, however they play. They play not school or anything like that. They play just a league or something, you know what I mean? Um so Sandy saying running in sand is nothing like they made it seem on Baywatch, so it makes sense. Yes, yes. They made it run so effortlessly there. Um, and so what is it about volleyball that really just kind of you gravitated to it so much? Because let me say, when I think about, and I know this isn't everybody, but when I think about effort that I put into something and I feel like I'm a zero there, I don't know that I'd feel very encouraged to either continue practicing or doing anything to the effect of being um, varsity the next year. So what
So
was it for you that, or what gravitated you to volleyball to be like, I really want to play this. I really want to do this.
what happened was not like a few years before I tried soccer, and that was just too much running. And so then, like I did volleyball, and then a while before I did basketball, and that just like wasn't really for me. And like I felt like just volleyball, just something about it I just like loved much more than those two sports.
Yeah. So you definitely have a genuine like love and attraction
Yeah.
to the game and to the sport. So it's not like you felt like it was like, oh, I just needed to put my time into something. You really enjoyed it
Yeah.
or are enjoying it. So, okay, that's cool. Now, because I know your mom and I know how happy and proud she is of you. You ended up making varsity this year, and there was all kinds of specialness about that, right?
Yes.
Like you are. Remind me what grade level?
I am in 8th grade.
So in eighth grade, and you made the varsity team in your middle school, right?
Yeah. I'm
Now
homeschooled.
that, huh?
I'm homeschooled. I decided to go to my friend's public school to do volleyball.
Mm-hmm. And so in their public school, you got in the varsity team.
Mhm.
I joke around with your mom because I'm like every time she talks about you being in the game.
Oh, isn't it so nice when you freeze?
Sorry about that. Oh. So I know that she enjoys living vicariously through your accomplishment in varsity volleyball.
Yeah.
So I don't think that she is alone in that though. Sometimes, so Sandy's here says, "What an accomplishment! It is a great accomplishment, a great feat." Um, I feel
She she's the reason I started volleyball, so and like she takes me to a lot of stuff.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Aw, Janae, I hope you hear that. You'll have this recorded forever, Janae, so that way you can rewind and repeat this piece over and over again and for your future. Okay.
I better not
Now,
do anything embarrassing.
well, she'll probably go to sleep listening to it at night, thinking, "Oh." And when you get real popular and famous, and you're on the Olympic team for volleyball, she'll record that and be like, "That's my daughter. That's my baby." Um, Now, for those of you who remember or don't recall, whichever, Emily, her mother was actually on our show not too long ago. So she was the one who was with the ephemera stuff, right? So she owns Owletto, where you can go on to her eBay and her whatnot and purchase. Um, I always don't want to call it wrong, but it's like old paper that you would use to make projects out of. And so Emily is her daughter, and she had something that she wanted to. Oh, Sandy's over here says I recognized her room. So yes, um, but Emily, you wanted to come on tonight because, well, two things. You have something that you were telling me the other night, and I thought, oh, we should have you on our show so that you could reach some people. And I know that our audience is usually very generous and they like to participate and help kids and things like that. So why don't you let us know what the main reason why you came on tonight is?
So the main reason is to help me go do club volleyball because it's kind of spendy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I am doing a raffle to help me pay for the volleyball, which the raffle would include. You could pay $10 for like a raffle ticket.
Okay.
And then you get put into a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card.
So you're doing a raffle where we put in $10.
Yes.
And you will fill up the raffle board, and then there we go. So we'll all get a spot. Whoever purchased will get a spot on this board.
Yeah.
Once you're done with it, whoever you're going to pick one of the spots, and whoever spot you pick is going to get $100 gift card to Amazon. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So and yeah, see, so Sandy knows this. Travel club is definitely expensive, and yes, so Sandy knows because she has. I don't remember. I think they're done already. Her son was in band, and I remember being in band. And when we had to travel, yes, it was always a costly event. So I get what you're saying, kiddo. It makes sense to me. And so yeah, you all like. What does everyone need to do? Like, how would they actually get you the money? How would they pay for it?
We have a Venmo, which is at M Volleyball Raffle. EM and then just volleyball and then raffle. No spaces and no uppercases.
EM Volleyball Raffle.
Yeah.
Make sure I got it here. I am putting it in the comments, everyone. Sandy, if you can check it out and just make sure I spelt that right so that we can get people to the right places. I don't know if you can or can't, but or Janae, if you're watching off on your phone, can you comment and let us know if that looks good or not? Yeah, so everyone, yeah. When she told me this, when her mom was telling me about this, and I thought, oh, this is the perfect platform for it, right? So we'll have a lot of people who will come and watch tonight, and then who might watch in the replay. And so anyone who's doing that, oh, how long is this going to last? When are you planning on drawing the raffle?
We are planning on drawing the raffle on December 6th, hopefully on your show.
Oh, yes, awesome. Yes. I would absolutely love for you to come back and do the raffle live here. It's the raffle. I'm writing this down.
Thank you.
Okay, Sandy's going to go look at it, but yes. All right. So the Venmo, we'll send you the Venmo. Is there any note that you want us to put in there? Or just as long as we pay it there, and then you'll have the ability to connect with them on Venmo and message them if they won, right? Yes, you will once they pay. Okay, so then everyone, so you'll go open up your Venmos. You'll go to at M Volleyball Raffle, and you'll submit the $10 or whatever denomination of $10 that you want for an individual spot. So, if you end up putting $30 in, you'll get 3 spots on the raffle. Then you'll come back here to the Social and Distancing Show on December 6th at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Emily will be here with us. And hopefully next time we'll have Joe and Sandy on. And so we'll make a big spectacle of it. And then, Emily, you'll draw the square. How are you going to draw the square? How are you going to figure out which one to get or use? Do you know, or do you need some help?
A bunch of names in a little jar thing.
Oh, okay. So then if we have, if we put like multiple $10 get $10 raffle tickets, then our name would just go into that pool 3 times?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then, yes, every $10 will get you a spot on the raffle board. However many times you have your name on that raffle board, you'll get a name in the fishbowl. And then on December 6th, they will come back on here and they will mix that up and they will draw a name out of there. If your name is called, then you are the one who's going to win the $100 Amazon gift card. And if you're not watching that night, they will message you on Venmo that you are the winner. And then they'll get in touch with you to figure out addresses or get you the code so that you can load it up into your Amazon at that moment or whatever y'all decide. So Sandy says she found it. So excellent. And she says she got her winning ticket. I have no doubt on December 6th, Sandy's name is going to be called on here. We're going to be like, darn it. So I get it.
Thank you.
So excellent. That's all you guys got to do. So if you can open up your Venmos. The comments have it, but it's you know what I can do? I can do this. Hold on. Bam, bam, bam. Give me just a second here to load up a banner. I can click on this. I can click here and say Venmo at EM volleyball raffle. I'll say $10. There we go. Okay. All right. So open up your Venmos, search for at M volleyball raffle, and make your denominations in $10 increments and submit those to Emily. And again, it's for a raffle for $100, but the overall collection is to help Emily pay for her travel to participate in volleyball. Now, just to give my little 2 cents on this, Emily, and all of our folks at home, and I know Sandy and Joe would absolutely agree with me. I think it's a wonderful thing for the kids to not just engage in their sports and be active in some sort of community while they're young, but then to do the hard work it takes to continue that, right? So, like Emily, you're here tonight on the show. You are promoting yourself to help build some money so that you can do what you want to do. And it takes work. Back when I was a kid, we used to have to do door-to-door sales. I had to go all through the neighborhood back and forth and ask a bunch of strangers and then remember where those strangers lived to take them back their candies later, right? But it was a lot of work. You are doing your equivalent of that, and I love it when you kids do that. And I'm always happy to help participate and contribute to your goals, so long as they're worthwhile like this and it benefits you. So yes, I will make sure to send you some money periodically, just so I can make sure you're winning at this. Sandy says absolutely agree, and kudos for doing your own fundraising. Yes, I applaud you, Emily, because she's an 8th grader coming on a web show, and you have been doing fantastic, Emily. Okay. And a lot of kids kind of feel a little weird and odd when they do this kind of thing, and you have been doing a spectacular job. So hats off to you. Okay.
I mean, it's not like I'm not feeling weird and off right now.
Well, you're not making it seem like you are, so I think that's a great thing.
Oh,
And on December 6th, when you come back, we're gonna make like a legit show that we'll have you on, and we'll play games and we'll make a lot of fun, so that way we can just celebrate you, as long as your mom and dad let you stay up a little late. Oh wait, actually, you guys are 2 hours behind us. I think that's what it is, right? Yeah. So it's actually early for you. Most of the time, parents are doing these things for their kids, and I'm proud you are doing it. Aw, way to go, Sandy. Well, Emily, you really, but Sandy's encouraging you. So, all right. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody?
That in the future, I would like to be a volleyball coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you planning on going to college and do the whole volleyball scene on there and then start coaching?
Yes. Wow, you do freeze a lot. I'm trying to act like I'm frozen. Just thank you so much for having me on the show.
Am I back yet?
You are back now.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. I don't know what it is tonight, especially. Okay. All right. Well, then we want to encourage you on your journey, and we will make sure to bring you back on December 6th here at 8:30 Central Standard Time, so that we can draw for the raffle and see which one of us won it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Emily, thank you. You have a good night. Tell your mom and dad I said hello, and I wish you the best. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Awesome. Hold on real quick. I am messaging someone over here on the side. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Right. So these are always, first off, let me just get the elephant out of the room. It's always weird when you do a show when you come on here by yourself. Um, but it's not bad. You know, it has been, let me just get some real talk out of the way, just to be honest with you. It's been a rough year for me here. And I can't get into too much detail, but a year ago I lost my father, and then I did not have the best relationship with my father growing up, and it was a terrible thing. I look at that time period and I think that's like this separate thing. This is a separate um, time in my life. I can see it from afar. I feel sadness, anger, um, hurt, disappointment, just a lot of negative emotions. But when I look at it as this separate thing that happened. Yes, it's a part of me, but it is over there, and I can feel things about it over there that they don't necessarily affect me today in a bad way. It's more just memories, right? When I think about my father and later in life, especially the time period was when I got married, right? So when I got married, that's when my dad came and he was like, he was an alcoholic, and he came to me and he was like, it was so funny because I remember the night. It was a Friday after or Friday evening. Um, Joe, if you're watching, it was a Trinity, and I was about to leave, and I get a phone call from him, and I remember thinking, this is odd because my dad never called me through the years, never. And so I'm there, I'm listening, and he's like, I just wanted to talk because I know you're getting married, and if anything, I want to be able to be a part of that future. I know I don't deserve to be. I know I have no right to ask. I know I have no place in your life. um, but I want to be there though. And so I had found out later he went through Alcoholics Anonymous and was doing their 12 steps and everything. And so I God and I had always worked this thing out that was like, I'm not going to deny anybody their attempt at redemption, um, or repentance. I don't want to be that stumbling block for their repentance, no matter how much it affected me. And so the person that would have been hardest in my life to apply that to um, would have been my father. And Sandy says, "Sorry that I left you alone." Oh, don't worry about it, Sandy. It's fine. I'm not blaming you. I'm sorry if it sounds like that. I think you take care of yourself, and I'm kind of glad I got to have this little bit of time for me. I asked a friend to come on, and we'll see if he comes on in a minute. But before that, I kind of want to just talk and have some open time because this is a bit cathartic and therapeutic for me. But so my dad got to just completely. I mean, he is just letting loose, and I am like, it was like within the first like 30 seconds of the call when I realized what he's doing, and I told myself, I'm like, I can't hold it against him. And he was bad, guys. He was like, there were a few things in this world I've mentioned those like 5 things on the show, but my dad used to take the top spot for so many years. And so when he comes to me out of the blue and just like spilling his guts out, I'm like, okay, God, I said if this day ever came, I was going to handle it with grace, and I need your strength right now because I do not want to be that stumbling block for him if he really is trying to get better. And so I did it, and I remember telling him, I was like, Dad, because he was crying. Dad doesn't cry, and he was just like, I'm sorry, I don't deserve your forgiveness or anything like that, but I wish if I could be in your life that you would let me. And I was just like, yeah, Dad, I forgive you. Hardest words I've ever had to say, and definitely one of the most humbling times words to ever also say. Um, but did it, and the later life, uh, last part of life with him was better than it could have been in the beginning. And when my son died, it was my father who was sitting next to me, and I have that picture in my head. I'm like, man, I can never believe that that would have been him. I never would have saw that. Never would have saw that as him. And to have one of the most difficult times in your life and for your father to be there. It's weird to say I'm glad that it happened like that. And I love my mom too, so I'm not trying to throw my mom out of the picture, but what you have to understand is my mom was there always from the beginning. And while my dad left us, my mom didn't leave us. And, I just am like so grateful for her for everything. She struggled through life to take care of three boys that, their father didn't want to. And so I applaud her all the time. So, and she was always there by my side and always has been. But I'm just saying during that time to have this impossible picture that I never saw being created, it was like I just yeah. So anyway, so he passed and that was kind of weird and dealing with all that. And then this year's just been tough. And I get to come on here, the social distancing show, and I get to hang out with my friends and with you guys, and it helps me. It just helps me. I'll just leave it at that. It just helps me. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give that to y'all, tell y'all thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us here all the time. So anyway, with that, I'm bringing a friend on because a couple of reasons. So before he gets on, I'm letting him straighten up because he's got to get his beard looking good, his hat on. He's like, I'm making my debut tonight on the first time. And this is crazy. I would have normally had him on. Oh, I just saw. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Sandy says, I seriously commend you for forgiving him. Take a big person to do that. Sorry. Thanks, Sandy. Yeah. I'm glad I'm I'm glad that God had me in a spot to have a soft enough heart to allow that. Because by the world standard, I don't think he deserved forgiveness. So anyhow, so I asked my buddy if he wanted to come on tonight because he's been looking to do something like this, but um, centered around comic books. And so, I was like, oh, okay, if Sandy and Joe, aren't here, and I was like, I wonder if he's busy. So I had messaged him right before, and I was like, hey, can you come on? And he was like, to watch, yeah. And I was like, no, to be on. And so we're gonna run. This will be a test run for him, but we'll bring him back to have some fun one night. But tonight, I'll just bring him on as a guest host, and we'll just talk shop and hang out for a little bit, and we'll bring him back again later when he's ready to kind of share everything that he does. So, but you'll hear parts of it tonight. Okay. His name is, help me welcome Mr. Jams Fortress to the Social and Distancing Show. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, it works. This is great. So this is so cool. Okay. You and I have been going back and forth about talking about doing something like this, right? And I just messaged you and I was like, well, might as well come on. I was like, I got some room, and Emily was going to be here for just a few minutes to talk about her volleyball stuff. And Sandy and Joe weren't, they had other things. Sandy wasn't feeling too well. And Joe, he has some more edits to do on his photos. So I was like, I wonder if you could come on and just see how it goes and whatnot. So, yep, that's who it is, Jams. And welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks.
So, yeah. This is what it's like, dude. So when you do your own YouTube, this is what I have envisioned. This is exactly how it's going to work. This is what you're going to see. You're going to see all the stuff you see on the side behind the screens. You're going to have your audience here, and we'll go through all the details later. But this is the meat and potatoes part. So you get into this weird like habit. Like right now, like I'm staring at the webcam because that's what, when I stare at the webcam, that's what people see on their screens, and so it looks like I'm looking at them and things like that. And then when you talk, I'll be looking at you on the screen.
Yeah.
And,
I'm using my phone right now. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I can't see the chat if there is a chat.
There is. That's fine. In the future for this, you'll want a laptop or something. So that way you have all the control you need there. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
So John's here saying, Sandy, get well, Sandy, soon. Get well. And then Sandy's telling him thank you. Yeah, so normally we have Joe and or Sandy here. Lately it's been a lot more Sandy and I. She wasn't feeling well, but next time you come on officially, we'll get you the whole royal treatment. But man, I don't think I've ever seen this side of your house.
But this is the other side. This is my fortress.
Oh, you're in the fortress?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Now I recognize it. You see that, Sandy? He's going to make a video so you can specifically see his room, but he's going to do it in parts, he said, because there's just so much stuff in there.
Yeah, here, like, that's my Superman.
Look at that, Sandy. He's got a cyborg Superman. It's freaking huge. Yes, Sandy. He is a huge... So he and I absolutely nuts over Superman, but he has more stuff related to Superman in his fortress.
So that's just the backing I use during the show, or that Mrs. Jams uses during the show.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's where all the...
It's so funny to see it like to
The
see it now
camera is
because you
usually
used to
here.
sit over there.
You don't see back here. The camera's usually on here, on this one right here.
And
So,
you used to, I remember, like, even just this summer, I feel like you were behind, your back was to that wall, and you had the comics sitting down on the table in front.
yeah, we used to have tables laid out right here, and we just throw all the comics on top and just have everybody pick and choose what they wanted, and we bundle it up.
Gotcha.
And these are the Star Wars panels back
Oh,
there.
the
Okay?
panels. You
Star
hear that, Jason?
Wars. Not Star Trek, okay?
I keep messing with him.
I know you do that to bug me.
Yeah. Yeah, Sandy. Oh, is that yours or is that mine right there by any chance?
What?
That
This
Batman.
one's mine.
That
This
was
is
yours?
mine. Yeah.
Look
So
at
these
that.
are the ones that I was that's that 1 in 50.
Put it closer. Sandy wants to see it. She loves seeing the Superman covers. I do too. There you go. Oh, look at that. I do like that one. It's foil too?
Yeah, it's a foil. It's a 1 in 50 foil. Or this
That's the
key
signed
Superman
one.
1, 2, 3.
Dude.
I
have a Superman red I saw tonight. I almost pulled it out, but I didn't.
Here's a killing you. You know how I like my sci-fi Transformers.
Dude, that is
Terminator.
gnarly. Look at that. Oh, you picked up the Transformers versus Terminator.
Yes.
I am jealous. That would be a good one to get signed by Peter Cullen and
You know what?
Arnold.
I didn't notice, but it's signed by Cale.
Holy crap.
You can see it right here.
That's
I didn't
him?
notice that it was signed. Yeah, see, that's
Oh, look at that.
signed.
I think I saw that on their show the other day.
Big time collectibles. I know those
yeah.
guys are great.
Yeah, they are. Jason Riley. I always minimize my StreamYard so it's close to webcam. So it's close to webcam. I'm not sure what that means yet. Oh, is that issue 2?
Tell us why Superman is your favorite superhero.
Oh, that too. Yes, but real quick, what was that issue? What was that? Was that issue 2?
This one here is Transformers #1 foil cover. This is a I think it's a big time collectible exclusive, but I'm gonna have Peter Cullen sign this one.
That is gnarly.
Quite a few actually. I'm gonna have signed. I'm sorting through everything.
Dude, I hope Image releases a Optimus with the Matrix in his hand, and it's just him and the Matrix. That would be cool.
Right.
We'll make sure to let me highlight that. But before, let me get some of these comments out of the way. Jason says he should have multiple camera angles. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that. Wow. Yep. I think he was saying that when we were talking about the Star Wars panels behind you. And then
yeah,
Sandy
I actually made these back there. Yeah, that's. I got them to change.
You gonna put those all around the room?
No, you know what? I just wanted to cover that end where the curtain is.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There's a seat back there, but you know the light is my enemy right now in this room, right? The sunlight.
Right. Yeah. Sandy is flipping out. So just as much as you and I are Superman fans, Sandy is right there with us. I don't know that she has very many things collectible wise, but she is a geek for Superman, totally. And her favorite is, oh, you're gonna have to remind me, Sandy, because I don't want to say it's Christopher Reeve. I'm pretty sure it's Christopher Reeve, but she does have she also loves Henri as well.
Oh, really? Oh, I got some Henry Cavill statues here too.
Oh, dude, I'm yelling.
I'll give
foil.
a tour. Can I do like a turnaround angle on this?
You could, if I mean, whatever you point the camera at is what you can. I don't know that you can flip the camera. You could try.
That's what I wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think it will flip. You have metal art, dude. Sandy, you need to send me some pictures of that so I can throw them up here.
Oh, nice. I have.
Yeah, Christopher Reeves is her number 1, and Henry is her number 2.
I had a Superman versus Black Adam, and they drew. It was Henry Cavill with the Rock Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can.
See yeah.
Cavill. This is how tall the Superman statue is.
Look at that.
Standing up right here. But
look at that. I want there's one. Do you have any of those did you get any of the Christopher Reeve ones?
no, but I'm looking for the right one. I do have one on order.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, hold on. Stay there for just a second. So get a close up in there real quick too. You see that, Sandy? I thought of you today because I brought a few more comics because I was like, oh, I'll pick one of these. But look, so and then if you look at this one, look at how similar they are.
That's so cool.
It is.
My Flash. It's mostly DC. I do have some Marvel. But
she says she wants that one. I think she wants the one where he's pulling his shirt off to reveal the S logo.
Yeah.
Where did you get that one? Was that an Ent Earth one or
this one, Power Girl?
No, the Superman earlier. Because Sandy's asking. I just want to see, just in case she's more curious.
It's a sideshow piece. These pieces, right? They make a certain amount and then they sell out, and then that's it.
Oh, so
you may find it on
a new
eBay
one
or something.
Yeah, she probably couldn't get a new one per se, but she would get like an aftermarket one probably.
Yeah, you can get one from eBay. It's just that you got to pay the eBay prices.
Okay. Sandy liked it. What would the eBay price for that one be, you think, Jack?
I haven't checked. But if I were to put it up, I'd put it for over $1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Sandy. Look at this. Why am I getting?
And then my more Superman. I have Superman all over the place.
It's fantastic, dude. So wait a minute. Can you turn on Cyborg Superman so they can see?
I took out the battery just because the battery dies.
Dang it.
Fairly quick. Or else next time I'll have them ready.
I forgot I can do this. There we go.
And then, of course, all of my slabs.
I agree, Sandy. Sandy says it's never too much Superman. I totally agree, and so does Jack. We are all about that. Look at those comics. It's hard to see some of these comics because they're foil or they have the plastic covering, and it doesn't do it justice. But know that they are legit.
So let me show you something here. Sorry, it flips around on me. All right. Oh, wait right there.
Okay. Oh, so I can already tell you, Sandy, and everyone, when I see a yellow label at the top of that, I know it's got someone's signature, and because it's on its wall, it's a premium comic he's about to show off.
So this one right here, it's a Tom Welling If you like Superman, this one was signed by Tom Welling from Smallville.
Oh, wow.
That's Superman punching out
I like that. I like just the
of
simplicity of that.
Metallo.
Where's his signature? I can't see it. Is it green?
It's green.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right there.
Oh, right there. Yep. 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 I
Yeah.
see it. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yes. Totally there with you. And then Janae's over here saying she appreciates you.
Hey,
I
thank you.
appreciate him too.
Thank you very much.
And Jason
In
saying
total,
fancy.
I think I'm coming up close to about 140 statues in here.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you gonna have to break that wall down behind you and extend out the fortress, or are you gonna have to dig under and extend down there?
Well, remember how I had couches here?
Yeah.
I had the couches in here, and I got rid of the couches because I needed to make more room for statues.
Always need to make more room for statues.
So from the couches, I'm gonna just put a recliner in here because this is my theater room. So this is where I hang out.
Sandy says, "Oh wow, hella collection." Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, no, I don't have anything on him, John. Okay, he is definitely superior when it comes to the collection. I have just comics. He has comics and statues and other things too. So
I started with statues.
Sandy says, "What's the Wonder Woman thing on the wall?"
Oh, sweet. Okay, so I collect replicas as well. Here are some of the replicas. So this is Mjolnir. It's a life-size replica. It's about 9 pounds, I want to say, or 10 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually
Pretty solid.
pretty solid. I got Stormbreaker up there, Captain Shield, and then this one here. This is the God Killer replica. It's actually stainless.
Wow.
The same thing. They're all limited, and these are the LED lights up here. It's just this one I have off right now. I do
Yeah.
collect art as well.
A superior collection, guys. I'm telling you. Look at all
Let's
those comics.
see.
Are those the new comics? Right. That's new comic Tuesday.
All the new
stuff?
comics that just came out this week.
Okay. Because he sells comics also, guys, on Whatnot.
Yes,
That's how I met him. I met him. I have it outside my door, but there's a Galactus print or painting his daughter did, and I won it along with a comic, and that was my first introduction to Jams Fortress comics. That's Doomsday in there.
So my second favorite for it's Marvel. It's Captain America.
So Superman and then Captain America.
Yes, Superman and then Captain America. That's why I have that amalgam comics of Superman and Captain America.
They call them Super Soldier there.
Yes.
So that's so funny. Go back a little bit real quick. Man, it's so funny. I hadn't planned for Jams to come on, but you have that comic that's got Trump on it.
Oh.
So it's so funny that you brought that you just passed that though, because I was I like to show off my comics, and
So
I brought this one to show off.
Signed by Kyle Willis. It's a metal cover. It's a COVID global pandemic.
Yeah.
The Saga Unfolds #1, which to me it's a collectible. I mean, it's something cool to have.
Yeah. So you'll find occasionally, or not occasionally, all the time, they put our presidents on comic books, and you can go out and buy them. So that's fun. That's funny that you have that one. Then I have this one over here.
So here's a cool one. You'll appreciate here. So this Superman is from the Superman #1, Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
So this is that statue that they put in remembrance of him, and has a blacklight effect. It's when the guy paints false god on his chest.
Oh, yes.
From the movie. Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of cool. And then I like the Batman and Superman you have there in kind of like Roman style almost.
Right. And then this is the one I painted.
Look at that. You see that, Sandy? He painted that. So we have a friend who 3D modeled that thing up and then
Mhm.
sent it to him, and then he painted it. So it's a replica of Superman, or bust of Superman Blue in the comics from back in the late 90s, early 2000s. She says, random, they comic everything. Yes, they do. They really do.
So I started with statues originally.
Yeah.
Statues were my thing. I started with a smaller scale statues. My kids got me my first statue. So my first DC statue. And I was already collecting Dragon Ball Z. That's
Uh-huh.
why you see all the Dragon Ball Z. That was from my whatever phase, you know. I just thought they were cool. So once they started giving me DC and Marvel stuff, I got hooked.
Yes, Sandy. He's a painter also, apparently. He's something of a
Trying
big
to.
shot.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, so this is the guy where I go to buy a lot of my DC books from, and I'm never disappointed with my selection. In fact, I've got something coming from him this week. Either it gets here either tomorrow or Friday, and I'm excited to see that because they're Andy, I cannot wait to show you what's coming on next Wednesday's episode. Oh, we need to look if we're doing a Wednesday episode. I don't think we are. But I need to show you what he sent me because it's phenomenal. Yeah, actually, Sandy, I wish you were here tonight because I was going to show you this. Let me show you these other comics that I got, and you're going to love this. You're going to flip. I already know that as soon as I show these, Sandy's probably going to be squealing here in just a second. So, look at that.
That looks so nice, man.
The glare
I
makes
should've
it
gotten one of
hard, but
those.
yes, it is. There we go.
I should have gotten one of those.
It is the foil. It's a foil cover of Superman. The comic book is called Superman 78 issue 1. And of course, it's a replica of the Superman movie poster, the original motion picture. But what they did with this was so cool. The artist's name is Miko Suyon. He did this one to go with it.
God, that one looks so nice.
It really does. But what we didn't know was that they were not a 100% connecting cover, but they do go together. So you saw the streak always in the original motion picture cover, and then they just added this one that goes on top. It's hard to see. It's hard to put together because it's not a perfect lineup.
I had asked them if it was a connecting cover, and they told me no.
They said no, but it's really hard to hear them say no. But then you line these up, and it's like, look at the colors, look at the streak, it's not maybe an exact connecting cover as traditional as we're used to seeing, but you can't deny that the covers go together.
Right.
These are gorgeous. Do you like these, Sandy? Let's see. She says, let's start back over here. She says, please tell me you have your collection insured. I'm pretty sure that's for you, Jams, because she's an insurance agent. And do you? So, Sandy, maybe you can tell us how, what are the words he needs to use so that he can start asking, and what do they need to insure a collection like that? Because he's got an impressive collection. Like, how much would you care to say is at least in your collection, do you think?
I mean,
and you don't have to be exact, but let's just give the people something.
It's well over 100K, easily over 100K.
Okay.
Probably more than that.
I mean, so we can at least safely say there's a minimum of about 100K in statues and product in your room. And you need to make sure that
statues, not including
not the comics
product or comics or anything. So that's probably,
or the art even. Yes. So Sandy, would you say that is that enough to be covered under his home insurance, or
No,
would he
no, they
actually
don't.
need a separate rider?
You need a separate one. I'm actually looking in on that. You
Uh-huh.
need a totally separate one.
Well, Sandy is an insurance agent. You should be talking to her. She is a friend, and if you gave her something to buy from your store that was Superman related, she would buy it because she loves it. You like these covers though, Sandy? Do you like both of them or just one of them more? Would it be cool if you had a cover of the Superman Shield comic next to your Superman Shield movie poster, or the one that has Superman on the cover next to the movie poster, or both? Let's see.
If you like those, check this out.
Let's see.
That's the silver one, the chrome, signed by Dan Jurgens.
I don't have it signed, but I do have the silver one now.
Oh, and then this one right here. This is the Superman 204, triple signed.
Is that the original cover?
It looks like it, but no, it's not. It's the Mexican foil, La Mole Comic Con edition.
Yes. Love those guacamole covers.
Yeah.
She says I have so many notes for today. Wait. Had meaning like for the show what you were going to do, or you've taken notes from stuff that he said? I can see both. Sandy's a note taker. I got my movie poster yesterday. This is so bad, eh? Jason says he can't say haha. Yeah. Is the value of your collection. He could tell us at least minimum there. She says, DM me offline. We can find an agent near you. No needs to be separate. Oh, okay. Nice. We'll make sure to get you both in touch, Jams. Sandy says they are freaking amazing. The chrome. You like that chrome one, the silver one over there with the bloody S on it? Okay. Triple signed. Yes. What would that book run if you were going to sell it, Jack?
It's sold for $700.
Okay.
On
an
auction, 600. I've only seen them auctioned off. I haven't seen them straight, so I've seen them up for 1,500. So
yes,
it gets up there.
Jack's collection is extremely impressive, y'all. Extremely. As a comic book fan myself and fellow collector, Jack is in a 2 levels, I would say, above me.
You're asking me about this one, and I didn't say anything. I just kind of flashed it in front of the camera.
Yeah, I know. I asked your wife. I was like, "What is
it?" Greg Capullo. It's a 9/8.
That's another signature I would like. I have a Greg Capullo Batman, black and white, but it's not Spawn, and he is the Spawn master. And he's working on Creech 3 right now. I'm a huge Creech fan. I didn't know there was a Creech 2, but I'm like, I would want Greg's signature on a Creech and a Spawn. You just got that recently too, didn't you?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, see? Yes, for the show today. Okay, so she took notes from the show today. It needs to be separate from home. Okay. Sandy, how much would you say would be worth covering? Does that make sense? Like if we had our collections and if it was at least X amount of dollars, we should have it insured. Can you tell us what your advice is on that question? I hope that makes sense. She says, "Hella impressed. I thought Screech was on Saved by the not Screech. Creech." So I do want to show off some of my comic books because I get all envious and jealous and excited when other people show off their stuff. So I put in my Christmas list yesterday, and I put those the plastic backings, the board or the wall hangers.
Oh yeah, the ones that
so that I could put them all over the room so I can get good vibes and feel good. So anyway, I want to tell you about this book right here.
You got to be careful with those. Don't put them too tight. I just had one break the other day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that
Did
slab just went right down. I mean,
did it break?
yeah, it broke. I sent it in to get re-slabbed though.
Dang.
So
Still.
just careful. I had it a little bit too tight. Remember, I
Okay.
told you all slabs aren't the same.
Yeah. I have to
So
remember
if you
that.
hang it up, you got to keep it for that same slab. If you try to swap them around, it won't work.
Okay. I remember that. I remember that. So
All right.
yeah, I'm
So
showing
good
off this
stuff.
one.
I'll
Yep.
show a couple of
Oh,
things too.
let me get these screens looking back normal. So this one is Ghost Rider issue 1, first printing. Now this is a fun one. This one is so close to my heart and so dear, and there's a reason why I love Ghost Rider. My first comic book subscription that I can remember, my mom and my stepfather got me a subscription to Captain America and the Amazing Spider-Man about 1990, 89, 90, somewhere between both of those. And so I got a subscription all year long, and it was amazing. I loved it. Right, it was real cool. That was what introduced me to Amazing Spider, or not Amazing, just Spider-Man issue 1, Torment, Todd McFarlane. And because in 1992 is when Spawn released, and that's when I was like, wait a minute, this is the same artist. And anyway, but after my subscription ran out, my mom took me to the local comic shop in Lubbock. It's not there anymore. There's several now though, but the one that she took me to, the guy had a wooden eye and he smoked in there. And looking back on, I'm like, why was he smoking in the comic shop? But anyway, it was a different time. I walked around that whole place, spending about an hour trying to figure out which comic I was going to get, and then I landed on this one. Not this exact, but you know what I mean. This Ghost Rider issue 1. I loved it. I loved the cool. It just looked cool. Like that cover is just bomb, right? It's just the freaking beast. And so then we got out to the car. My mom starts crying. And I was like, what happened? And she's like, it's just that you picked Ghost Rider. And I was like, okay. Ghost Rider was her younger brother's favorite character, but Johnny Blaze. And he collected all the Ghost Riders too. He died a few years before I was born of what they know now as leukemia. He was about 17, 16, 17, 17. And but yeah, he loved Ghost Rider. So when I picked Ghost Rider, this one off the wall, this is the second Ghost Rider, she just kind of was like, oh man, it made her, just emotional about it. And so I've always loved Ghost Rider ever since. It's the only book that I'll buy after that trash guy, Clayton Crane, that I don't like. And I told you about him, Sonny, is the only book I would buy from that Clayton Crane would draw is a Ghost Rider book, because Ghost Rider supersedes him more, if that makes sense. So
So
anyway,
is that your first one, or did you pick?
Technically, it's my second one. I lost my first one years and years ago, but when I restarted collecting comics again 4 years ago, something like that, this was the first book that I bought to restart my collection. So just to have that nostalgia and that symbolism, you know what I mean? And so I was like, okay. And it was funny because I went to the comic shop and I happened to see this on their wall. You know, when some comic shops will put their fancy books on the wall and everything else.
Right.
And this was on the wall. And I was like, man, it was on the wall when I bought it the very first time too. So I was just like, okay, I'm getting it. And this was the first book that I started my new collection with. So yeah, I love it. I love the direct stuff. I know that the what do they call it?
The
newsstand.
Newsstand.
I know
it's because of
newsstand
the barcode. You didn't want to see the barcode.
I did, yeah. Back when we were collecting in these day and age in the 90s and stuff, it wasn't the thing to get the barcode. So
I don't know if I showed you this one here. This is the
oh no, but you were telling me about that one.
It's signed by Miko.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Look at that signature.
Two colored.
Yeah, I like that. Man, that is sharp. That's the same one. So the guy the artist he said for that one, that's the same artist who did the Superman books I was showing, the movie poster versions. That's who did that. I love that Sandy is getting into this. Let me look at this without even saying anything. Sandy's like, Virgin covers rock. So I love that. Let me just tell you, okay. You're a big Ghost Rider. Yes, Sandy, I am. Oh, that's right. Sandy bought me for my birthday last year. She got me a Ghost Rider thick book that was in Greek, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was like, holy crap. It was amazing. So thank you. Show that again.
More Superman or Flash, I guess.
Yes.
Flash
Is this
Flash
this isn't the
175.
first race, is it? Look at that. Great though.
The second race, I do have the first one, but not slab though. Um, it's a 5. It's been touched up.
Yeah. I
You
think
know,
it's fine.
but
You know, the rule, the adage they say is, how do they say? They're like, a low grade is better than no grade. So
there's another Tom Welling,
I've got that issue. Is that the foil version?
the foil version, yeah, the
I don't
baby
have it
blue
signed
foil.
like you, but I got that one. Nice.
I have 2 of them actually. I had
Really?
gotten quite a few of them, man.
Here's another one I want to show off. Jack is bringing in his big guns. I didn't bring my big guns. I just brought some covers that I wanted to share with everyone. But here is Superman, Son of Kal-El, 16, and I like this. I like the father and son
Nice, I
versions like
like that
this.
one. That's
Yeah,
one still, yeah.
yeah. It's just simple. It's not nostalgic. It's nostalgic inducing, and I do like that Superman's got a son now, and that he has some powers. And I like this. I like family stuff, so I'm a big sap
You know
for
what
it.
bugs me that he has a okay, so he has a son, right?
Uh-huh.
And so why does kryptonite still affect him?
Oh, right.
Since it's Kryptonian blood and you got human blood.
And he's got human blood. Seems like he wouldn't have been susceptible to that. But I
Right.
guess they needed to give him some weakness. What would he be? They would have been like, here, let's just give him some plutonium and make that hurt him here on
Well, you
Earth
got
instead.
Superboy Prime. I mean,
Oh yeah, that doesn't
look
hurt
at
him.
how they dealt with him.
I really like that cover.
That's a nice book to get signed, man.
This
You
is
got to
one
get
that
that
you,
signed.
yeah, you're right. It's perfect for signing. Who did this cover? Who's AC? I have to look
So
up who AC is.
here's my super soldier.
Coleman. Oh, look at that. See that? So that's what he was talking about earlier when he was saying the connection. They made one that was combined Superman and Captain America, and that's what they called it, Super Soldier. And that's the comic right there. I remember when those first came out, dude. I remember reading Marvel versus DC All Access, and then it turned into the how do you say it?
Amalgam Comics.
Thank you, Amalgam Comics, and we got the connect our combinations of DC and Marvel's heroes into one.
This is my son's. This
Oh
is
yeah, there we
Wolverine and
go.
Batman.
Wolverine and Batman in one is Dark Claw. That one is so killer right there. Here, I brought this one out because the second season just came up. And again, it's so funny because I wasn't planning on Jack being here tonight, but
Nice.
he loves this. He loves Homelander and Omni-Man.
I have one of
Good book.
those ready to get signed by Tyler Kirkham whenever he,
Really?
does another convention.
This is one of the few battle damage covers that I own. Like I don't own that many, and I think I have this one and the Virgin version. So, but this
Nice.
is a show over on what is it? Prime, right?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Yeah.
And so I think season 2 just no, not season 2. The new
It's
series. What is it called? Gen
I
V,
forget what it's called, but yeah, there you go, Gen Z.
Gen V or Gen Z?
V.
V.
Yeah.
So they just finished that season. I keep seeing the clips for the last scene of the series. I don't watch it, so I'm fine. It's too gory for me. But the music that they use when this guy comes in is creepy as heck. It's like half parts hero and you want to cheer like when Superman gets on the screen and stuff, right? But then there's this messed up thing that they did in it where it sounds like it's like when you slow a record down or play it in reverse, it's almost like that, and things about to not be good for someone or everyone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I wanted to show that off, and it's funny, like I said, because you're here. But what do you got? What else you got?
Let's see.
Sandy says earlier, she said his asthmatic son. I guess that would have been his kryptonite. Oh yes, I love this one. Look at this. Do you see that, guys? You see how it says Superman at the top, but who's on it? It's Batman, or so you think it is. What's the story behind that one, Jack?
So Kal-El, instead of landing in Smallville, he lands on the Wayne property.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so and the Waynes adopt him, so there is no Bruce Wayne. So when Jill Chill, right? Yeah,
Jojo.
try, yeah, tries to kill the Waynes. You know, Clark ends up protecting them.
So
So
they
that's when
never
they
get
find
shot and
out.
killed, right? And
Yeah,
Joe
but
Chill, does he ever become the Joker in that one still?
you know what? I don't think there is a Joker in that one.
Okay.
No, there isn't. I don't believe there's a Joker in that one. But same origins where he finds the cave and he wants to do good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's why he dons this bat suit and he leaps from building to building, and he ends up eventually working his way into Metropolis, and
Mm-hmm.
Lois Lane actually makes him his Superman suit. So in the end, he does don his blue and
Oh,
red
okay.
suit. Yeah.
I do like that cover though. I have that one at my local comic shop right now in my bin, waiting for me to get it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, because you showed it to me some months ago, and I was like, oh snap! It was in their they have a bin where it's their new comics, not new comics, but new comics they got in, but
Mm.
some of the higher priced ones, right? So not the $2, $3 ones, and that was in there. I think it was for like 25, and I was like, oh, I need this in my collection, so it's in there. All right, check this one out. So I just wanted to show variety to everyone. So
Nice.
this is, I don't collect Star Wars per se, but this one I grabbed because I actually love the yellow lightsaber. In Star Wars, a yellow lightsaber is a pretty big deal. So not every Jedi, not many Jedi don't have yellow lightsabers unless they are, I know I'm gonna butcher it, so Jason, help me correct it. In Star Wars lore, if you have a yellow lightsaber, it's like a sentinel. You're like a sentinel, and the sentinels are big shots in the Jedi Order. And so this is the first cover appearance of Luke
Nice.
with a yellow lightsaber, and it's if not the first one, I think the only one of those two. It's either the first appearance or the only appearance of Luke with the yellow lightsaber. And I liked it. I won it in a blind thing, and I was like, I almost told him to swap it out for another one, but when he said, when I looked it up and I saw the first it's lightsaber, I was like, I'll go ahead and keep it. I like the yellow lightsaber. So at the end of the movie series, that's what's her name ends up having when she
Well,
goes
the
back.
Sith is afraid. They're afraid of the yellow lightsaber.
Oh, they are?
They fear whoever carries the yellow lightsaber.
Get out of here. Nice. All right, what do you got?
All right. So this one, I've shown you this one. This is that Superman #1 silver foil wraparound cover.
Whoa. Dang.
It's one per store. It's a Lunar exclusive.
Gee, I can't believe you got a Lunar exclusive that came good.
Yeah, 98.
Dang,
Yeah,
man.
because of all
You see what I'm
the
saying?
issues I was having. Yeah,
You
no,
missed
I caught that.
that.
I caught that.
That is awesome, though. I love that one. Jeez, I need to get that one. All right, let me see. I'm going to do a 2-for-1 on this one, and then I got one more after this, but it'll be my last one. So this one, I got Fantastic Four, first appearance of the new Fantastic Four. Now, when I was a kid and this came out, because I was such a huge Ghost Rider fan, and I saw these four together, I was like, what the flip? Freaking, how did they get to be a team, right? And so, in this issue, it's so sad because it only ended up being 2 issues back then, and they made it so that in this issue, the Fantastic Four is taken down, kind of, and there's a protocol that was like, if we're ever taken down, go grab these 4, which is weird, but it happened, and it worked awesomely, and they end up failing as a team here, but then by the second issue, they end up making it okay as a team, and then they save the Fantastic Four and come together and everything. Now, this year they released a new Fantastic Four storyline, which includes, which I don't know if you've noticed that, but in Marvel at least, Jack, they started doing some comics where they're not retelling, they're going back to the old school. So like they went to Ghost Rider, for example, and the new Fantastic Four, and they created more stories and filled in like between issues, for example, like so between issues 15 and 16 they might tell 3 more stories that we didn't know existed before. And so that's what they're doing now. Verdict's still out. I don't know. I don't mind it though because the covers are pretty sick, but this is the original one. I like it. I had gotten an original copy of this already, and it was badly water damaged. But I was glad when I got them replaced with these better versions. So anyway,
You know,
what
I'll
you
have
got?
to bust out my older stuff, my golden
Yeah.
age and everything. You've seen that stuff before,
Yes.
so I don't keep that in here on hand. This is all my current stuff. There's none-
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm a huge Superman fan, so anything Superman.
Is that
This is
death
that
metal?
Dark
Or
Knight's death metal.
that looks sick, dude. I haven't seen that one yet.
This is
So
one that I
set.
keep to put away. So this
Oh,
one,
okay.
I got this one, and then there's I'm trying to get the full set. Here's the other one. This is the
Oh,
foil.
wow. That is neat.
And then
So it literally is what it sounds like. Metal, hard rock metal versions of the superheroes.
this is Secret Origins. That's Superboy Prime right there.
Oh, okay. Jack
Yeah.
loves Superboy Prime. Yes. So Jack, so John comes in and says what is this? Look at it, it was a guitar. It's 80s version of Superman to the extreme. Okay, that's what they did. That's what they did. Yes, John. John calls it the CA show right now, Jack, because I don't know if I told you, but when I start selling comics on Whatnot, I'm calling it Comics Anonymous.
Nice.
Like that? You like that? I have the logos and
Very
everything
nice.
built up. So yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering the CA show. I was like,
Yeah.
color.
So I have John to thank for it. He told me
Oh, really?
to call it that. Yeah. Oh man, guys, that is a golden book right there. What he's holding right now. Superman's holding Thor's Mjolnir and Captain America's shield, and this is Adams. What's his first name? Why am I going blank? He just passed away this year. Neil Adams. Neil Adams did
Oh
the
yeah, Neil
artwork
Adams.
for these, and iconic. Okay. Sandy says, way cool. She said, never heard of War Star. What you got there? Infinite Cry. Oh, look at that. That's a gorgeous one right there. That's the sketch cover. I love that one. I love sketch covers. Who did it? Who did the cover?
Jim Lee. It's a Jim Lee cover.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I do love Jim Lee's artwork big time.
I'm gonna actually get that one. I'm gonna have to open that one up.
Why?
And get it signed by Jim Lee.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and go to a convention that Jim Lee or that CGC is at.
Okay.
Almost looks like Bucky from Captain America.
Yeah.
Right. You can't really tell that well with it since it's a sketch cover.
Sandy says, way cool. Here's my last one for tonight. I'm bringing out. This is a not a reprint. What do they call it?
Facsimile?
Let me see real quick. I have to remember. I don't know if it's a facsimile or reprint, but so this is Fathom, one of my all-time favorite artists. So he was my all-time favorite artist next to Todd and Silvestri and so many others, but he was definitely one of my favorites, honestly. Passed away during the time that I stopped collecting comic books. And when I came back to collecting and I was just starting to, refresh everything, I was like, oh, I need to go find Michael Turner comics. And when I read the news, I cried, man. I was in tears. The man died of cancer. And I was like, in 2015, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, his art affected me so much as a kid. And I was just like, geez. So this was his original character. He built this character originally, and then it spawned off into his own comic company called Aspen. Oddly enough, I found out through the grapevine, Aspen Comics was sold. The rights to their movie deals for the Aspen Comics were sold off 2 years ago. And so there's someone, I don't know who, there's someone out there who bought the rights to Aspen Comics. And the at the time, the what do you call it? The rumor was Amazon picked it up and was going to do a Soulfire show on their platform. And so I was like, man, I hope so. I hope so. So anyway, that's his artwork. I love his art. I love the sharpness. It's a very Jim Lee-esque, but to me, it's always iconic. When I see his stuff, I'm like, I know it's a Michael Turner. So
Nice.
yeah. Freaking reboot. Maybe a reboot. Boobs.
I can't wait for the Constantine movie.
Yes. The sequel.
They're working
It's
on
supposed
it.
to be a sequel.
Yeah,
I hope it is.
Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm. So I liked the first one. I enjoyed it. Dude, okay. So it's like the Marvels. The Marvels came out, and when Constantine came out, it didn't get good reviews either. And it wasn't until Keanu glowed up that people were like, yeah, I like it now. I want to watch it. And I liked it then. But I just wanted to talk about the Marvels real quick because it is not doing good review-wise or whatever. But I just need to tell y'all, it was such a good movie. Like, it was very funny to me. It had a little bit of family oriented in it. It was definitely friendship geared. I just felt like it was a very positive, just an enjoyable movie. Nothing that you had to read anything into or imply stuff, no subtle anything. It was just a good old-fashioned enjoy the movie for what it was. But I will say, when the end came through, when the secret ending came in, I have not been this excited since I saw Spider-Man and X-Men first release in the movie theaters. When the secret ending for the Marvels came up, I was not prepared for it, and I screamed like a girl, like quick. I was all like, and I was like, and I like jumped out of my chair, and my wife was like, "What in the?" And I was like, it blew my mind away. So I was absolutely thrilled to be like, finally. And I'm not going to spoil it just in case anybody wants to see it, but it was phenomenal for me. It was phenomenal, the ending. But the movie was so much fun, Jack. I hope you give it a chance. If you don't, I understand you don't, but it was a fun movie.
Don't listen to the reviews. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I've liked movies before that the reviews just tank the movie. No.
Yeah. Sandy freaking Ezra. If Sandy was here, she'd be on my train right now too. She'd get me hyped up to be all like freaking Franklin.
So what did she think about the movie?
Sandy, tell us in the comments, because I was pretty sure you went to go see it, Sandy. And
yes, never listened to reviews.
Okay, yeah. Oh wait, someone sent me a picture. Oh, that's so funny. Someone sent me a picture of them watching us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're watching the show right now, and they sent me a picture of it. So that's so funny. Yeah, Sandy. So she said, "Freaking Ezra Miller."
You don't like? She doesn't like Ezra Miller?
No, we both don't. No, the Flash, Sandy. He's wondering, what did you think about the Flash? And you all can say, what did you all think about the Flash movie that was just in the theaters this summer? I came on here and I shared. See, look here. John says, no, thank you. I'm with you, John. I'm with you. But yeah, I
Okay, I like aspects and characters that they came out with, and the idea of look what the Flash can do, and Supergirl, and General Zod. I love that
Supergirl
actor
did
as General Zod.
awesome. I love seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman. I loved hearing the original score for Michael Keaton as Batman back. I loved hearing Batman 89 score when he was on the screen. It was like, this was feeding the nostalgia machine greatly for me. Young Ezra was such a waste of space or time on the show, if that makes sense, on the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they could have done it differently, but the way they did it, it was just so childish. And so right before, after he gets his power, and right before he goes off and they put the camera on his face, he makes that silly squirrel looking face, right? And it's just like,
and the drawn out laugh.
Yes. I was like, what is going on here? And then even at the end, when he's going through his drama, he's like, you're just like, what? Like, you're supposed to turn into him, but you're acting so wild. Like, this is so dumb right now. I don't know.
I didn't
That,
like the way they changed what it should have been.
well,
They
but you
changed the
only would
whole
have known that if you'd known, like you, if you'd known the news. But for those who didn't and watched it, she said she hasn't finished it yet. She said she only got halfway through it. Jason says that's how I make screen small for stream. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay, okay. The Jaime Pets show. What does that mean, John? You have to describe that one better for me. So he says so. And like him in the movie, just hard to get past his real person. And I'm with you, Sandy. It's hard to stomach him in any acting role, much less as the Flash, when I just have a huge issue with him as a person. Now, I teetered very hard on watching this or not watching it. And in the end, what helped me get on the side to watch it was because I love Michael Keaton and I really wanted to support Sasha Kaya as Supergirl. And so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it because I want to support them too more than I want to um whatever that word is, like not watch Ezra, if that makes sense. So it ended up being a flop. It ended up being one of the worst DC movies in their thing, which is hard to do. But I guess if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be Ezra.
Well, you just got to look past the actors and then just watch it. That's kind of what I did.
But even if you do that, it's still a bad movie to me.
It is, but I just like the idea of what the heroes can do. Yeah.
So if I understand you correctly, like let me make sure I understand this. You're saying that
on a
like
live
to be
action
able to
movie, you've
see
never seen the Flash go back in time.
right. So okay. So
Yes.
seeing the way his powers are used,
Right.
and the way they did it all, it didn't look stupid. It didn't look silly. I agree with that piece.
Yes.
I think that the special effects for the Flash, I think they were pretty cool. I've never liked his running. I always thought that was dumb. Like he's all, flapping his arms around his phalanges about everywhere whenever he's going. It
Remember
seems
the
dumb.
Justice League movie, the original the Joss Whedon, which the running, how he would just kind of throw his fingers out and his hands
Yeah,
out, and he looked like he was, I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know
Well,
either.
the Zack Snyder version, I don't know if you noticed that he actually improved his running to look like actual running instead of skiing. Go back and look
I
at
need to
it.
go back and see those.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna finish it. Sandy says, "Why is Marvel's latest saying it's a flop?" Let's just a little bit of time on this. Tell me if you agree with this too, Jack. Okay, and you guys out there too. So, like Jack and I, comic book fans for a long time. So we've got a lot of vested experience, knowledge, or whatever you want to say, and we kind of like seeing some things. Now, I will say for me, I love just seeing some of my comic book heroes on the screen. I never thought in a million years as a kid I was ever going to see it this cool. And so I don't mind watching these movies. I enjoy them for the most part. I really do. But I feel like I won't say general population, but I will say the studios, the marketing machine of this, they want to just keep pushing out profits that are like billion-dollar movies every time. And I feel like that's just unrealistic. That's an unrealistic expectation to expect every movie to be a billion-dollar showcase. I just don't think it's going to do it. So when this movie, its weekend opened with $111 million, and because Captain Marvel 1 didn't, like, it broke $1 billion, I think, even, they were like, yeah, this movie flopped. And it's like,
not everybody wants to go to the theater.
that too.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to go to the theater.
Look, if you like it, if you want to watch it, hey, you like Blue Beetle. I love Blue Beetle. People said that movie flopped too, but I don't really care about the reviews because everybody's so picky and critical. It's like just enjoy the movie and what it's about. Enjoy the character, you know. Just watch the movie. Like you like the movie, like me. I don't know if I'm gonna give it a chance. I'll probably wait till it comes out on streaming. You know why and how I feel because they changed her powers.
Yeah, you have an issue with Miss Marvel's powers. Yes. So that's what I say. That's what they say, Sandy, is because it didn't make as much money as it was projected to, but it's still like $111 million. When they tell you the profits of a movie, that's over whenever they take out the cost of making the movie. Right. So everybody's salary's already paid for, all the set, everybody, all the credits have been taken care of, and the balance is back at zero. So on top of that, that's the profit, the pure profit it makes. So that 110 million, 111 million is the profit the movie made after clearing out its debts.
Right.
111 million is freaking awesome. Like, anyhow. And my issue with DC movies right now is there's just no consistency anymore, no connection, no cohesiveness. It's all, which is fine if that's what they were wanting to do, but that's not what they were aiming for. And so what they aim for, it's been horrible. It's been horrible. Jason says, and the reason actors are so scared of AI.
Mm-hmm.
The special effects in that movie were horrible at the end. You got a lot of the nice stuff like you were talking about, Jack, but then at the end, it was useless cameos that looked ugly.
Cameos was nobody's permission. Remember I was talking about this?
I heard Nicolas Cage was not in agreement with that, and he did not give his sign-off or anything, and they used it anyway.
You know, I thought it was cool, but then when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. I would have loved it if Nicolas Cage had something to do with it, but so now I want to watch that Nicolas Cage movie. I mean, you know,
the documentary over his Superman Lives movie. Sandy says, I haven't watched
seen that
it.
One.
Not even
It's
sure
so
what came
cool.
out.
You know, but I would love to see him come out.
Yeah. Jason says Blue Beetle was great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's saying the Flash movie, AI. Yes, Jason. Yeah, that ending. And you know what I hate? As I watched it, it brought a tear to my eye because I was like, oh, it's so freaking cool seeing Christopher Reeve and Helen Slater not just on screen, but together. I was like, dang it. But I remember as the camera, because as the camera was passing from behind them around their face and to the front, that's when you could see it was like, ooh, what did you do? What did you do to them? Like even their costumes looked all grainy and it was just bad. It's just bad. Anywho, I could keep going and going, but I know we are getting to our cutoff time, and I can see Jack. Jack, I could keep you here all night talking. And just so y'all know, when Jack and I get on the phone, it's easy. Like 4 hours passes by easily. 4 hours will be by, and we're just like comic books this, comic books that. Here's what I'm feeling. Here's what I'm thinking. Just other stuff, just shooting the wind everywhere. And so, yeah. But Jack, I'm glad you came on. I'm glad we kind of got to hang out, and well, not kind of, did get to hang out.
Yeah.
What do you think about how this all works, Jack? Because guys, Jack is looking to go and do a comic book YouTube, and yeah. So, what did you think about how this all feels and works out?
I mean, it looks good. I mean, we did a test the other day, right? But I like it. I do. I do like it.
So you can imagine your design in the background, and you got your logos everywhere, your colors, and everything else. Okay.
Yes, but thank you for having me on.
You bet. You bet. I enjoyed it. And everyone, remember, so we will make sure we get Jams back officially so that he can share all his whatnot and all his selling. And Sandy asked a question that we didn't even get to earlier about what got you into comic books, so we can touch on that next time. Yes. I want to say thank you also to Emily for showing up earlier and sharing. You've seen her Venmo sliding across the screen at M Volleyball Raffle. That's her Venmo. $10 get you a spot on her raffle ticket thing, where they'll pick a winner on December 6th here on the show, and whoever's name gets pulled out of the fishbowl is going to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Now, all the money that's collected from this, minus the $100, goes to Emily to help her pay for her volleyball trips. She's on varsity team this year. She's homeschooled. She got on the varsity team. She worked her butt off this last year to really make it on there, and she is loving it and wants to enjoy it. So that's what she came on to do. And then Jack came on to hang out with us, and I hope you enjoyed it. And next week I'll talk with Sandy and Joe and see if we're going to do a show on Wednesday or not, or maybe Tuesday or not. We might actually just end up taking the week off. So if we don't see us here next week, we'll be back the following week. Okay. And with that, Jams, tell him something good while I look for something. I'm trying to find a video. Tell him something.
Anything? Oh, if everybody's interested in seeing my statue collection, I do post this stuff up on my YouTube channel at Jams Fortress Comics. So I post up, I'm trying to get to each and every single statue just to kind of show off my collection, which was an idea that was given to me. One of the people that gave me the idea last year was Jaime or Cal. You know, to post up my statues, and everybody started going along with it. So people like it, you know. So
I love it.
Something I do because it's fun for me, just to take my statues out and just make a video. Off. Yeah, show them off.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Please come back next week if we come back with us, and send some positive vibes to everyone tonight, to Jack, to Sandy, to Joe, and to Emily. And you all have a great weekend, everyone.